Hi there and welcome back to We Are The Famous CFC. My name is Adam and this is the final word to Everton 1, Sunderland 1 at Hill Dickinson. Everton lost 3-0 on penalties in the FA Cup third round, and that was an absolute shite performance. It does my head in that I'm seeing week in, week out under David Moyes' Toffees that we're falling either to a defeat or to a draw against Wolverhampton Wanderers. But I'm going to do a video about that after this video is out on David Moyes. But as I've said, that was an absolute shite performance from the word go. Not impressive. Tyler Diblin just stands there, looks scared as to even put a tackle in, and he looks scared of us fans. But he didn't look like he had the right attitude. He didn't even look like he wanted to play, and it certainly didn't even look like he wanted to even get involved and try and even help Everton win the game. He just kept passing to the opposition, and I thought that he had a really, really bad game yesterday. But we're out. Our January is completely done again. Whether that's down to recruitment or David Moyes, yes, I get it, we haven't got players, but you can't say that we could get a draw against Wolves, who were fucking 20th, and come into this game and get beat by Sunderland, but at home. And this is our home ground, Hill Dickinson, and we get beat on penalties. This club hasn't been right for some time. And I'm beginning to wonder if Tyler Diblin's not a Moyes signing. Because I tell you what, I want to know whose it is. Because whoever it is needs the sack and to get out of the club. Because it should be up to David Moyes. And someone's not doing their job properly. So I want to know right now who's not doing their job properly. Who's causing Everton these problems. Whether it's the Friedkins or Angus Kinnear or David Moyes, I don't know, but that game yesterday was horrendous, absolute horrendous. And it's time for Moyes. Like, I really do not know the answer. I'm not calling for him to be sacked yet, but I am beginning to wonder if we need to start all over again and get a new manager in. Because the tactics, what we're seeing from this manager is clueless. He doesn't have a plan A, a plan B at all. James Tchaikovsky is awful. O'Brien, Vitaly Mikalenko, everyone just looks out of it. Whether that's down to recruitment, I don't know, but that game was shocking. We got into the game after going 1-0 down, but again, we should be on the front because we're at home. But we've only won 13 points at Hill Dickinson. That is horrendous. 13 points. Getting battered by Brentford. Drawing against Wolves and getting beat by Arsenal and Chelsea. It makes me wonder, do we back this manager anymore or do we sack him? Because we're a shit show. There's no tactics. There's nothing. There's no effort from the players. Tarky has gone all over the place. Yeah, I know we haven't got Element and Jai Kidd and Shishmila Drissa, Timon Blumen and Charlie Alcaraz, etc. But you can't just rely on them for the rest of our decades. We need signings in ASAP, but we know that the Friedkins won't just spend for the sake of it. We know, because we've been crying out to be treated like a business, and that's what we're getting. But it makes me wonder what's going on behind the scenes right now. Are they looking for a new manager? Are they looking for players and they're going to back David Moyes? Because we need players in right now. Like, this is a cry out for help right now, what we're getting from David Moyes at the moment, and for these players. because most of these players do not give an absolute crap. The only ones who looked like give a crap was Mykolenko, Vitali, Asnu, and that's it. Everyone else, and everyone else just looked like, let's just hurry over this game, get it over and done with, because I want to go home. There was no pride. There was nothing yesterday. Absolute nothing going forwards or anything. So it makes me wonder what's going on behind them scenes. Because we looked out of our depth yesterday. Yeah, we did have some good chances, but we didn't take them yet again. But meanwhile, and with that, we just looked so scared, especially Tyler. I've never seen anyone as scared as Tyler yesterday. As well. I just hope we get Ilman and Janky and Shisbro ASAP and Adrissa, because I tell you what, things are going from bad to worse at this football club. Like, it really is. But I'll do a more in-depth video later this afternoon for that. But let's have a watch of David Moyes' post-match reaction after they exit.
Hi, David. First and foremost, just get your thoughts on the results and the performance.
Well, disappointed with the outcome in the end. Didn't play well in the first half. Got much better in the second half. Stuck at it in extra time and went out in penalties.
Yeah. Lots of the faults are turning goals as well.
We'll come to the first 75 minutes, so second, but in terms of the way they fought back and got the equaliser, and then because it's a depleted squad that you've got to keep Sunderland at bay and to match them for half an hour during extra time. Do you take any pride in that?
Oh, hugely in the second half. I thought that we didn't do what we wanted to do in the opening part of the game. The first half, we changed it a little bit at half time to try and get more. I thought the players showed that, even if it was only just more energy to show the public that we were keen in trying to get through. And I think that the players done a great job. We got back in the game through a penalty kick. But really, for us to go on and win, we were struggling to find enough solutions. And every time we were thinking of a solution, then there was a worry that somebody else could break down and we need to take them off, and we were short on those options.
The difficulties in the first half, would you put them down more to the players that you had available, because obviously you're missing so many, and that element of it, or would you put it down to kind of a failure to deliver your instructions?
You have to say Sunderland are a good team. I think Sunderland they've played really well away from home against most sides this season. We knew they would cause us some problems, and they did do, but we sort of thought we'd worked on what we thought we would do to try and solve it, but it didn't come up, and we had to sort of slightly alter at half time. But overall, except for the first half, the players tried their best to get us a result.
What did you make of Adam Asnu's impact, and does that kind of maybe change what you might like to see from the rest of the season? Do you think he could have a role to play within the Everton squad after what you've seen from there?
Well, we played him in a different role when we brought him on today. We put him higher up, sort of more as a left winger, and on the left in front, and we've got him as a left back. And the competition to play in those roles, if you want to talk it, are very, very high. So that makes it less likely in some ways. But I was really pleased for Adam. He's a great boy. He's got bits about him which are ready. Just physically, to be a left back in the Premier League, that's where we're just seeing at the moment, where we're needing him to develop.
And then just from a wider perspective, it's been a difficult 6 days of results. Just how would you reflect on this week right now, just in terms of where those results lead in terms of Premier League ambitions and obviously out the cup?
Well, what I want to do is get back to the levels we've been playing at in recent months and recent weeks. I want to get the players back. But I couldn't say that I'm surprised with the results with what we were going to have available to us in certain games. But a lot of it's our own doing, so we have to take the responsibility of that. We get players sent off in the last game, so that's our fault. It's very difficult, you know, if we're picking up injuries and we're and the boys at AFCON was always going to make this a really difficult month. A 1-1 draw against Sunderland, maybe not the best result. But Sunderland have been doing so well. You know, wherever they've gone, they've made it difficult for teams. So it wasn't the overall result wasn't so bad. It was just the end part.
Thank you.
What sort of disappointment is there with the nature of the penalties from Beto and Barry in particular? I mean, it's been a long running sort of issue, the striker problem this season. Are they, as a manager, do you sort of blame them in any way in that instance, or how do you sort of?
Well, I don't think you blame MD when they lose. You lose the penalty shootout. It's something which can happen. The goalkeeper's there to make saves, but I think there's a way to. I think there's a way to lose if you're going to do that, and it felt as if we didn't look as if we'd done it in that way, and I think that's why we've all walked away with huge disappointment. You know, we've done a great job to get back in the game and get ourselves level with what was available today. But overall, then when we get to that point, you're hoping that we go on, then, you know, show it, and it was poor. But I don't want to be sort of Tom. Someone has to win a penalty shootout, somebody has to lose it. But I do think there's a way to win it and there's a way to lose it. And I didn't think the way we lost it today was the right way.
Is that simply being more emphatic in?
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you?
Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really does. Like, we're absolute shite. Yeah, I'm just very annoyed the way we lost the penalties. Beto and Barry, like, what the fuck? It makes me wonder. We're crying out, like, for either a new manager or new players. I don't know the answer. Subscribe and like the video.